So yeah, we'll go down to dollar Canadian, and this is the Canadian dollar against the dollar. So this year we've seen quite a lot on this pair, some consolidations, some big moves upward and downwards, no correlation with the dollar strength at times. So we've seen some moves on this pair. So yeah, we actually had this downward trend line, and I'll show you the trend line where we started from. We came into this trend line sometimes back, that was back in 2016, and we headed lower to the 1.225 mark, which supported this pair, and we came back into this channel, and we struggled to take out this level. Finally we took out this trend line, came back for a retest after touching the 1.325 mark, and after retesting the trend line, which was also a pivot point and a key level, you can see that some bullish momentum came back in, pushing this market higher, and currently we are trading at a 1.3250 mark. So what do I see ahead of this pair? I think that we'll be touching the 1.35 mark ultimately before seeing any reversal on this pair or any big move to the downside on this pair. But before we get to the 1.35 mark, if you go down to the daily chart, yeah, so this is my daily chart. Some very many channels over here, but don't worry, I won't focus on that. So yeah, I can maybe focus on this channel that we're currently in, and you can see that we came into this channel after touching this point, we touched again, we came back lower, we went higher, touched the 1.325 mark, came lower, and we finally bypassed the 1.32 mark, which was which was also in confluence with the R2 on the pivot points, and we came back lower to touch R1 before demand finally came back in, and we are trying to go higher, but we don't seem to be getting some significant strength to push us ultimately higher and to go higher completely. So in this pair, I expect some downside momentum to the 1.3150 and ultimately 1.30 before going back higher to touch the 1.35 mark. And this will happen especially if we don't get on the 4-hour chart. This is the 4-hour chart. You can see I already have my fibs, and I'm betting against the majority on this pair. So the majority is currently going long, and I'm trying to go short on this one. I know why, and I don't know why, but I still feel that this is a short play for me right now. I've been in this channel for quite some time, and going long at this point is not really a good idea for me. So yeah, I expect some short play to be coming in. You can see perfectly aligning with S2, and I'll be executing this short trade. I'm actually waiting for London Open to go short to the 1.3150 and ultimately 1.30 before going back higher to touch the 1.35 mark. This is based on last week's close and how the pair is currently performing. But if I execute that short trade, I'll be looking for at least R1. Anything above R1 will definitely nullify my idea, and I'll change my bias from being short again to executing long trades. So I'm still waiting for London Open and to see how the candles will be forming before executing a short play on this pair. But that's my insight on USD CAD. I'm betting against the majority, and I don't think we'll be going long to the 1.35 mark as many people would be expecting on this pair.